morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day, Deeds. What's up, buddy?
Not much. We've got a special guest here. Who do we have here with us this morning?
Well, duh, it's Grace Nugent. Don't disregard what her name says, but
Oh yeah, I don't even know
it's
how to change that.
I
Whoops.
don't know how to change it once we get going either. But good morning, everybody. Happy Labor Day, as Mark has just pointed out. Jason Gulick here, hanging out with our buddy Mark Deeds Kludzinski and the one and only Grace Victoria Nugent. She is joining us live out of Ohio. What's shaking, Grace? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. No, nothing is shaking. I've got a pretty productive weekend this past weekend, trying to knock some stuff out, take advantage of having today off of work and get some house projects done. What about you guys?
Kind of the same. Deeds, what are you up to today?
Today, I'm washing a house. I'm washing a
Nice.
brick house. It's only like 2 miles away, so it's great. My wife has a class this morning, so I'm watching the Rugrats
Wow.
early and then going into work at around 10 or 11:30. So just an average house wash, spraying stuff on the side of a house and washing it off. Simple,
Nice.
simple Labor Day. I'm working on Labor Day, of course, but it happens.
Yeah.
She's a brick
Mm-mm.
house, right? Is
She's
that
my
what
my
you're doing
dad.
today?
That's what I'm doing, and it is brick, but it's not too mildewy. So I already scoped it out. I don't have to nuke the house with any special sauce. Just a basic house wash a little bit.
Word.
Yes.
Excellent. And I'm actually just kind of hanging out. We have bulk trash once a month. So I too am doing house projects, putting everything out to the front curb to make sure that our people pick up our crap and get rid of all the excess stuff that we collect over the month. With Amazon and all of the deliveries that you have, sent to your house or whatnot, bulk trash and cardboard boxes and all this stuff just,
It'll never end.
stacks up. And thankfully, my city has a monthly bulk trash. So the first Monday of the month, you get to put all your stuff out there and the city comes and takes it. So I'm very fortunate on that aspect. So,
Yes.
well,
Yeah.
let's chat a little bit real quick about a couple of things. Grace, we ran into you at the Huge. We're all wearing our Shooting the Breeze with Goo and Deed shirts. Thank you so much for putting these together for us. I thought they came
That's
out
awesome.
amazing. Uh, I just that put a huge smile on my face, and to see our faces on a t-shirt, basically, talk promoting our little show was amazing. It made my
Again,
heart full. Deeds, it put a big old smile on our face, and yeah, exactly right. I felt like a second grader who's told to smile for the camera. So
yeah.
we're very excited to wear those. And
Cheese.
thank you for putting together the time and the effort.
Of
Yes,
course.
thank you. That was awesome, and we appreciate it. It's awesome.
Definitely. Now, back to the Huge. You guys, how long did it take you to set up that wonderful exhibit that you guys had put together?
Um, like the actual setup or the
Yeah,
month of
not the
putting
pre.
everything
Yeah,
together?
because I'm guessing that you probably did pre-setup at the house more than once, and
Yes.
you had the layout and the
Go.
design exactly what you had an idea of where it was to go. Once you
Yeah.
got to the showroom floor, how long did it take you guys to get everything set up?
Off the top of my head, I think it was about 2.5-ish hours, give or take. It may have honestly been a little bit longer, but um it was like running into people, stopping and saying hey, or them coming up to us and saying hey, and not that that was a problem at all. We love to chat. But little things like that, I think, slowed us down in the setup stage. But breakdown was super easy. But yeah, we also had my mom and my husband helping us set up everything. So it was nice. We kind of made an assembly line, grabbing all of our stuff from the truck,
Neat.
unloading it, and then getting it set up on the actual grid walls and everything. But when we set it all up in the office at home, I took pictures of everything. And then that way I printed them out too, so we could kind of just put the puzzle together and not have to guess as much. But yeah, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work.
Yeah, I can't even
Yeah, it looked
imagine.
amazing.
Thank you.
So I was one of those buttholes that came by early and I snuck in a couple hours early, right when you guys were probably in the peak setup time. One of our friends, Mike Matthews, who joined us in the room, he
Mhm.
he told me where the showroom floor was going to be, and I was like, well, let's sneak in. So we just
Yeah.
popped in and came by to visit and say what up. And you were getting everything almost, you're pretty much almost set up. So it was really cool to be able to peep it before everybody was around. Because let's
Mhm.
be honest, once the showroom floor opened, I don't think you had a dull moment. You guys were pretty much had somebody in the booth constantly from open to close. Is that correct?
Yeah, at least as far as I know, because that first day, I popped out to do a class. So there was a chunk of time where I wasn't at the booth and Craig was manning it. But yeah, from what I talked about with him, it seemed like there was at least one person in the booth at all times,
Cool.
checking stuff out or talking shop or, so.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's a huge, I mean, how many of these have you been to?
This was my second time attending the huge. I went to the 2019 Branson, Missouri one, and that
Okay.
was the first one I've been to.
So for you to have someone in the booth pretty much the entire time is quite a that's like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, it was
huge.
pretty cool.
Because a lot of times you'll see booths where guys or gals are just sitting there kind of like, damn, I wish people would come by. And to have someone at your booth constantly for that extended period of time shows that people really appreciated what you guys put it on today. So, or put it on that weekend. So it was quite the feat, and you guys did such a great job.
Thank you.
And again, now we get to tell you personally, I had an opportunity to grab dinner with you a little bit, and Hunter, your husband, and some of the crew. And I'll tell you, that was a really fun experience too.
Hmm.
Um, you mentioned that you brought your mom and your husband, and they're not necessarily tied into the business. What do you think? What were their what was their feedback, and what were their takeaways from the huge?
So my mom came with us to the 2019 Branson Huge. So she kind of had an idea of what to expect. But obviously with it being us being a vendor and everything, that was completely different.
Yeah,
Um, But Hunter had like absolutely no clue what to expect whatsoever. And like he's heard me talk about the groups and everything, and he knows when I've gone on podcasts, here and there. But so yeah, he was just kind of blown away. He was blown away by how like friendly everybody was. Uh,
yeah.
which was nice because everybody is friendly and everybody's chill. So it was nice to like have him be a part of that camaraderie as well and just kind of meet some of the folks that like I interact with some of you guys on the internet almost every day.
Yeah.
So it's cool for him to meet some of those people and be able to put a face to it and everything as well. And same for my mom too. I mean, she hears Craig talk about everybody from the pro group and everything. So to be able to put faces to names and like actually get to know people on a personal level, I think was nice for them as well.
I think that's my biggest takeaway, to be honest. Like people will ask me, why do you go to these things or this and that? And what is your biggest takeaway? And I don't really attend too many of the breakout sessions. I don't attend too many of the events or anything like that. If there's a training session that I really want to see or get down with, then I'll go check that out. But I think the most important thing for me personally is getting to spend that time and getting a little personal interaction that's not screen time. You know what I mean? Uh,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
to find out what people are really all about. And Damien, just said we are all family, and that's exactly what dinner felt like on Thursday night when we all got together. I got an opportunity to sit next to you and Hunter, and we were actually talking about having today's episode be filmed with you and Hunter because I wanted to have him on too to get his feedback.
Hmm.
We went a different direction because we're going to do some women of the industry this week, and it's our wow week. We want to have
Wow.
the women of window cleaning be highlighted, and no better way that I could think of than having you be our first guest.
Well,
You've
thank
been,
you.
how long have you been doing window cleaning? And I mean, I know you're tied in with Craig and all that, but how long have you physically been doing the cleaning, and where do you see yourself taking this?
So this is my 8th year cleaning,
Okay.
um, if my math is correct. And
Of course it is.
yeah. So what we're looking for as far as like the future with this is I'd like to grow it to where we have some employees, but I'd like to stay under 10.
Yeah.
And like we have a predominantly residential base. We do have a storefront route and everything, but um we've got a very old school feel with the way we do things, and like we're very personable with our clients. Like some of them I know on a personal level. You know how it goes. So
Yeah.
still being able to maintain that kind of relationship and dynamic with our clients, but be able to have some help along the way too, because Craig and I can only grow it so far with just the two of us.
Correct.
So yeah, that's kind of where we see it in the future, is to where we have a few people running out and doing stuff for us. We're still out in the field, but able to cut it back a little bit. And then I, still in the office for me as well, but that way it'll give me the opportunity to have kids and raise kids, but also still run the business as well. Kind of a balance of both, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's important to have that balance. I've been fortunate enough to be doing this for quite some time, but you've kind of heard my story or whatever. And over the last 6.5 years, I've dedicated more of just myself to growing this part of the business. But I've also been doing it without alcohol. And it's changed how I do my business and where I put my energy into it. When we were in Nashville, I heard that you kind of were on a similar journey. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I haven't drank in 5 years now. Um,
Awesome.
yeah, it
Great
just
job.
doesn't bode well for me, so I stay away from it. Um,
Good for you.
yeah,
And congratulations. That's quite the feat. 5 is hard to get to, trust me, I know. And I admire everyone whoever, I admire anyone who takes that step or that leap of faith and is attempting to put something aside that is causing them grief or anguish or pain, whatever it is. If you're putting
yeah,
something aside to better yourself, I'm here for it. And the more and more that we do these shows, the more and more I find out that there's a lot more people like us out here that are trying to do something the same. So
yeah.
I want to say congratulations so far on your journey and keep
Thank you.
on keeping on. You're an inspiration to a lot of different people, even if you don't realize it. So
Thank you. I appreciate that.
or you can do Tim says life's short, you can drink more. Some people can, I just can't anymore.
Yeah.
I went pro early and I retired. So
Yeah.
uh
Same.
but yeah. A couple of things too, you've been doing this for 8 years, and with having Craig be somebody that is your right hand, or you're the left hand to his right hand, vice versa. You probably use as many tools or a lot of tools, right?
Yeah.
On Mondays, we try to discuss some tools. What are some of your favorite tools that you like to use?
So I'm gonna like go real basic on the tool part and start
Okay.
with my belt, because that's what holds all my tools. It holds my bucket on the belt and everything. I use this. It's not leather. It's a biothane material. It's available on WCR's website as the World Enterprise Pants Belt. Um,
Okay.
and I'm tiny, so this is able to cut down. You just cut the length and then you put the buckle on. So it's dare I say, one size fits all. Um, but it's antimicrobial. It doesn't sag like a leather belt will. It doesn't rip, anything like that. I've had this belt for, gosh, probably 4 years now, if I had to guess.
Well,
So
still looks
that's
in good shape.
it's in great shape. And then my other thing I brought up was my single loop holder. This is also made of that same material, and I've had this one for probably about the same amount of time. You can see it's kind of, I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind
Yes.
of a little frayy.
Got some
but
friction.
it's not going anywhere. And it's got a little like bend to it from it sitting on my belt all the time, but I use that for my spray bottle and it's perfect. Because I don't put the soap directly in my bucket. I put it in a spray bottle and spray it onto the windows so you have a little more control over it. Um, but yeah, these are my two like most basic favorite tools because I quite literally use them every day. And honestly, sometimes when I'm not working in the field, but I'm working at home on stuff around the house, I will use these to carry around my spray bottle if I'm like cleaning at home or you can put a
Smart.
drip, whatever. Yeah, so those are a few of my favorite tools. If you want to talk about like other tools, I can too, but those are
No,
the
I gotcha. I am intrigued by that belt. I may have to pick one up. I have a tiny waist personally as well. I've been
Mhm,
rocking the Maker Trident for probably, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years. Great
mhm.
belt, just huge. And I curl it around. I could cut it too, but
Cut
um,
it out.
cut
Yeah,
it
I had to cut mine. I mean, you just got to. It's a lot of flappy,
Yeah.
and
exactly.
it's very rigid.
Well,
So is that an
before I
overbelt?
The what?
what
Is that an overbelt?
No,
Or
that's
does it like go for your
the
pants?
nylon. It's over your yeah, it's an over your belt, not through your pant
Gotcha.
loops. Yeah,
Gotcha.
but it's
so
ballistic
what
nylon, so it doesn't move. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super sturdy. It's sturdy as all get out. And I love that about it. It doesn't move. It like seriously stays. It's kind of like what you said. It doesn't sag. But
Hmm.
before I bought the Maker silencer, I used to use the Mormon Drywalker or the
Hmm.
Drywalker Flex. And one of the things that I liked about it is I could change it to I didn't have to wear a belt, right? I could just get the one clip that could slide onto my leather belt that I wear with my pants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And in the winter, when I wear pants, I always wear a belt. So it's nice to not have to have such a big old bulky whatever. You can literally just throw a clip on your belt. And I really did like that. Um,
Hmm.
but then after I went Maker, I really haven't, I haven't tried anything different since in a long time. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm I need to start opening my mind up to other stuff and try other things. And that belt is definitely on my list. Matter of fact, fuck it. I'm just gonna go buy one today.
Oh yeah, brother.
Because
There's
I gotta
also a biothane, well, World Enterprise is what the brand is. Biothane's the material, but they make an overbelt that you can get on WCR as well. So if you prefer that style, there's the best of both worlds, the pant belt or the overbelt. It does have like the plastic buckle clip,
yeah.
snap clip, but otherwise it's the same material. It is a wider material than this pants belt, but yeah. They have best
Right
of
on.
both worlds.
Deeds, what's one of your favorites?
I don't know. You guys covered a lot. My favorite is, and it's not in here right now, the gutter gizmo. I do a lot
Oh
of gutter
yeah?
cleaning. It's one of my favorite things because I, like the freedom of just springing a ladder, a bucket, a couple bags. It's good to get a break from washing driveways and stuff, and I like it. But yeah, the gutter gizmo, that hook thing is able to just pull all the debris right to you. It might take a minute or two, but you're able to reach out with a trad pull with the gutter gizmo on the end. And
Does it screw on?
I'm sorry.
Does it screw on to like a tip?
Yes, let me go grab it. It's outside, but it's one of my favorite things because you can put it on the extension pole and scrape and push and do all sorts of crap with it. And yeah, it's just really nice. And I think it's a Zero product, so you can get it on the Zero website. But it's something like $15 or so. And I have like two of these that I keep in the
Oh,
truck.
nice.
But yeah, this thing goes in the gutter and just pulls the crap towards you. And this, you can get 12 feet out plus your arm length. But I do a lot of gutter cleaning, and this is one of my favorite tools in our wheelhouse type deal. So highly suggested for anybody who's in gutter cleaning or doing gutter cleaning, get one of those gutter gizmos because it's where it's at. As far as window cleaning, I just tried out the from Mike the Mormon silver rubber that a couple days ago, and it glides very nicely. So that's a cool rubber to try out. Um, but yeah, my favorite thing. What do you like using, Jason?
So I didn't really bring too many tools with me, but I brought my truck, and in the back of my truck, I do have part of my micro, but I also have the scrubber, and then this is probably by far one of my favorites. for water fed just because I love the even, I can't really show because of the angle I'm at right here. Because of all of the evenly dispersed hold for water. But to be honest, I really think that the biggest thing that you can do, the best investment, high flow hose. If you're doing water fed and you want some more, you just need more. High flow is where it's at. You add the adapter to the end of the hose, pop it back on, good to go. You get more water output, and it makes everything more even and just all the better. And to be honest, that's more water I felt has always been more pressure, more even flow. That's kind of the name of the game, right? More flow,
Yes, more flow,
high flow.
high flow for days.
Just just pop it in. Just pop it
Yep.
in.
Get yourself 100 feet.
I think I actually and I shove a bunch more. I think I have 150 on that reel. That's why it looks like it's kind of bulking out.
Mm.
But I carry all sorts of extra hose in my truck too. I have
Well,
two to three
well,
rolls of that.
Grace, I mean, you have truck mounted filtration systems, etc. How much hose do you typically use on a job? Do you roll out 150? Do you overdo it to 200 so you have wiggle room?
It really just depends on the house, and
Mm.
like where we have to park versus like what way we have to go around the house.
Mhm.
Um, like for our source hose, we have 100-foot hose, and then we also carry an extra 25-foot just in case.
Sure.
Um, and then for our pull, so we, depending on the job, we'll use like a larger hose on a reel, like why am I drawing a blank on the sizing? 3/8 maybe? I might be wrong on that.
Sure.
Um,
Well, yeah,
but
a
we use
tinier
a
bit. Yeah.
larger diameter hose for a reel, like a clear braided hose, and then I want to say there is a 300-foot reel on the truck, and then also maybe a 150-foot reel. It
Cool.
just, depending on where we're going, depends on which reel we grab,
Gotcha.
or if we need one. And then
Mhm.
for pole hose, I think we have them cut into 100-foot runs and 50-foot runs, and we typically use about 150.
Cool.
But it is just so variable depending on where we're going, and where the water source is and where we have to park. That is the one, I don't want to say disadvantage, but maybe that's the best word for having it mounted on the truck. We have to make sure
Mhm.
we have enough source hose to get from where we park to where we have to plug in. Whereas if it's a system that you can just take off your bed, you can
Yeah.
put right over to the water source. So
Mhm.
pros and cons to each setup, but I like the way we do it with everything mounted on the
Well, yeah,
truck.
that's a smart way to do it. So it's right there.
Yeah, and it's all like spread out. You can see everything and can see if you've
Yours
got a
yours
leak.
yours is dope. Your setup, you have a Frontier, right?
So no, I actually used to have a Frontier, but I have I have a Colorado.
Oh yeah,
Crash.
Colorado. It's
Yeah.
yours is that lovely blue, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful.
We saw
So
that in
Thanks.
the parking
when we
lot
were in, so go ahead, Deez. I'm sorry.
at the convention, and we walked by your two trucks, and we admired them. They're
Oh,
Yeah,
pretty, beautiful, nicely lettered. The stuff in there looks really great. You guys did a great job.
yeah. I
thanks.
was just gonna say, myself, Mike Matthews, and Deets, we were all walking out to go get him to the airport. I want to say, or go do a run,
Yeah.
or whatever it is we were doing. But of course, we rolled right past the Lakewood window cleanings, and we had the red here and then the blue here, and we're like, damn, they are both perfectly organized, wonderfully displayed. It's not overdone. The lettering is perfectly visible. Like if you're looking for a setup, that is definitely one of the
Tight
ones.
and neat. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very well organized. It was pretty awesome.
Thanks.
Um, you mentioned that you have your stuff mounted. Have you, at one point in time, did you guys have vehicles where you were taking the machines out?
Um,
Have you ever had to work with a machine where you take it out?
A
Like
I
roller.
one of the zeros or one of the tuckers on
yeah,
wheels?
I've worked with them in the past. But pretty much like, yeah, there had to have been a few times that we did it that way, like when they first were coming out with like the Zero Pure and such, but
Yeah,
so from since I started, Craig has had the big fiberglass DI tanks where they're like almost as tall
yeah.
as me. Some of them are smaller, but um so we did DI only. Well, we'd have the carbon sediment filter obviously, but we did DI only for a long time. So when we first started using the RO, it was off of one of those carts. And then very shortly after that, he was like, we can mount this to the ladder rack. So,
I can see his face when you said that. I could see his face in my head, like the light bulb go off and like
yeah.
his excitement. That's hilarious.
Yeah. And then it was like what happens if we add another RO chamber and then another one and another one? And then next thing you know, he's got, what does he call it? The Brett Favre or whatever, where
Favre.
Barbara.
yeah, it's
Uh,
got 5 of the 20-inch, yeah, the 20-inch RO chambers. And then he has Quadzilla with 4 of the 40. So, some might say it's a bit overkill, but it does the job.
Yeah,
Of course it does.
of course.
Speaking of doing the job, I want to say thank you to a couple people who have popped on this morning. Are you watching in Pro 2? Are you
Yeah, I've
scrolling?
got it on the side. I just don't want to interrupt, but good morning.
Grace, can you see him as well?
No, because I didn't want it to play back and interfere.
Well, I just wanted to tell you Damien's online, Mike Matthews is here, Tim
Oh,
Huber's popped in, Adam Hogan, Jake Stone,
Devin.
Chris K, Devin has popped in, a bunch of, I mean, that's Craig's here.
Hi,
Uh,
everybody.
yeah. So big shout outs to
Good morning.
everybody. Uh, Deeds, I guess you did your fantasy football draft last night.
I did. My first pick was Josh frickin' Allen. Ha ha ha. That's what's up. Not a
Yeah,
wide receiver like I should have done. I picked Josh and just hope he doesn't get hurt this year. Knock on wood. But yeah, I'm a Bills fan. I'm from Buffalo. I stopped watching NFL a couple of years ago and then restarted with the Final Fantasy, not Final Fantasy Draft with Squeegee Life. So it's making it interesting again watching Bills games. Like yeah, so I got that going for me. So I got a
yeah,
couple
you
good picks.
added a little something something to make it, put get
Watch
some
them. Yeah,
juice in all the games.
put get the juice loose, like my main man OJ on the Bills. But Grace, do you watch football? Are you guys a football family or anything?
No, no. We have the Browns, so
Yeah,
you know,
that's
you know
pretty
how
much
that
it.
goes. But no, I didn't grow up in a sports ball family. And like my husband doesn't really sports ball. We watch
Sure.
hockey sometimes. That's rare. Like this past winter, we went to a couple Lake Erie Monsters games, and that was fun. But other than that, no.
The Lake Erie Monsters.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, that's fun. I like hockey.
You used to be a ballerina, right? Or you still are? You're a trainer. You're a
Yeah, I
coach.
teach. Yeah, so I danced all throughout my childhood and into high school and college and all that. And then I've been teaching since right after high school. So it's
It's
been
awesome.
10 years
Yeah,
now.
Tim from
nice.
Outlaw says good morning, Grace. Hola.
Good morning. Hola.
And so you mentioned your husband Hunter. And I mentioned earlier we had a really great conversation, he and I. Uh
Mhm.
it was funny because obviously we had never met. I sat down at the end of the table, he sat down next, and then Mike Matthews is sitting right next to me, and then Little League Baseball comes on over the shoulder, and so we start having this conversation about families and youth sports and whatnot. All of a sudden I'm having this great conversation with this guy I just met, and like it was outstanding. uh, he seems like a real supportive, awesome guy, and I definitely would have loved to have more chance to get to chat with him. So I'm kind of bummed that today didn't work out to have him on as well, because I'd love to pick his brain. Love to hear from somebody who's not really tied into the window cleaning industry as much. So let him know that definitely we'd love to have him on later on down the road,
Yeah,
and I hope he's doing well.
Missed
for sure.
connections.
And he's a machinist, right? For Ford?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is awesome. Well,
Yeah.
like I said, tell him I really appreciated our conversation and our chat, because it was nice to not talk Windows for about 5 minutes, in an event like that. So
Yeah. No,
he
I hear
made
you.
he made my night, and it was a lot of fun. And then we all go outside and relax a little bit. Everybody has a after dinner puff, and then everybody really gets relaxed, right?
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. So, any more plans for the rest of the day? You just chilling,
I'm
doing
gonna
stuff around the
be,
house?
yeah, doing stuff around the house. I'm gonna go over to my folks and help them. They're redoing the cold air return vent in
Mm,
their air system. So I'm gonna go
return to the
help
cold
them.
air.
Yeah, gonna go help them do that real quick and then help my grandpa in his garage a little bit if he's up to it. So
Nice.
yeah, all the fun stuff.
Let me ask you another question, Grace. Have you
Yeah.
you're one of the, and I don't want it to come out the wrong way. There's not as many women that are on the glass right now.
Mhm.
You are somebody who's showing that you definitely belong in a more than qualified. If you were to invent, or if you were to think of something that would, a product that would better our industry, what other options, or what other things do you think that maybe you would do?
Oh my goodness. Um, like things that I think could make the job easier.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Oh gosh, there's probably a million things that could make the job easier. Something I think I could use sometimes would be stilts. I know that sounds so silly, but
Well,
like,
painters use them.
yeah, no, and there's definitely
Yeah.
a handful of times where it's like I can't get a step ladder in here to reach this. And stilts would be the perfect option. So Craig and I have actually kind of like half joked about it, but it might be something worth looking into. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know what kind of insurance. I'd
Just
have
got to
to
wear a
look
helmet.
about that.
That's
Yeah,
about it.
right.
The helmet's the
Okay.
important part. You're like 4 feet up and boom.
Yeah, that
What?
would not be good.
Anything for your hands?
Um, oh, so I in the wintertime, which I know this is not going to apply to everybody who cleans
Craig just said,
windows.
"We'll buy stilts."
Hell
You could
yeah.
be a clown for Halloween or something.
Hell yeah. That actually would be pretty cool.
Heck
To
yeah.
dress
I
up,
used to.
clean some windows.
Yeah.
Halloween's on a Friday.
Yep.
Dress
See,
up
now we
like
got the
Uncle
wheels
Sam.
turning.
Dress up like Uncle Sam and go clean windows on the 4th.
Craig has done that.
Oh, that
Not
would be
Oh,
awesome.
not on the 4th of July, I don't believe. It may have been
but
in
the
the
week
morning
leading
of
up to.
4th of July. But yeah, we cleaned like the Army Navy recruitment building right
Neat.
around the 4th of July one year, and he wore an Uncle Sam outfit. We've worn like Santa and elf outfits to clean windows, so that is not out of the realm of possibility. But so winter window cleaning, something I could find I know would be better is gloves. There's tons of glove options you see on WCR and other online as well. But the problem is I got little hands. So
Yeah.
glacier gloves, they come in an extra small, but a lot of places don't carry them that small. So unfortunately, I have to order them from the Amazon. Um, but yeah, if there was more of a size range available for gloves and like even that's the night like how we were talking about the belts, the biotech
Yeah.
belt, I can cut it down to be my size. Whereas any of the other belts that are nylon and just as they are, they don't go small enough. Um, but yeah, and like maybe even adjustable strap sizes for the Boab. Because we've replaced I use the Younger Ninja, and we've replaced my strap with a Biothin one. I'm sure folks have seen Craig's modifications in the pro group and such.
Yeah.
And so we were able to kind of custom size it so that it fits me better because I'm smaller. So maybe just some options like that, although I don't know how necessarily how feasible that is or how much of a market there is. But from what I saw at the convention, there were quite a few ladies who clean windows there. Even from the group, I know of a handful who weren't at the huge, but who clean windows. And I think there might be a growing market for some
I
Sure.
options.
agree. And you know what? I really wish that we could extend the the women of window cleaning. I know there are more out there. I would have loved to have had Patty on, Daniela on. I don't know Daisy yet. I
I don't think
know
I've met
I
her.
bumped into her briefly at the IWCA, and I saw her at the last convention, but I didn't get a chance to talk to her. I want to say her last name is Del Vecchio or something very similar to that.
That sounds familiar, but I don't think I've met her before. I know there Sheila Smeltzer was there and
Yeah,
her
I
daughter
met Sheila
Sadie.
from the IWCA,
Yeah.
and I met her daughter Sadie,
Hmm.
who does a home service business. You know, I we'd love to, promote as many people as we can.
Yeah.
We want stories to be told. We want others to feel like they're part of our community.
Hmm.
And that's what this is all about. It's fun that we are able to share some of the tools that we use on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. But in reality, we just want to get to know people and have some fun and find out who's who in the industry, right?
Yeah.
Um, so it's awesome that you were nice enough to take the time to join us this morning. It means a
Of
ton to
course.
us.
Of course.
Um, Deeds, what else we got going on the rest of the week?
The rest of the week, we got Jill Oken coming on with the WCR marketing department. She's coming on Wednesday morning. She's
I
going to
love
talk shop about what they can do to help window cleaners excel and succeed with their business. So she can give ideas and her input. She's got years of experience working and making stuff for window cleaners. So we're going to talk about that. Probably touch on the new CRM that WCR is working on and how that can help, and just share stories of window cleaning and her aspect and her take from a marketing perspective. So, and then Friday we've got Lacey with American Window Cleaning Magazine, the editor.
Hell to the yeah. She's one
I
of
Yep,
my
know
favorites.
I know both of them and they're both very lovely ladies.
Aren't they
awesome.
amazing?
Jill helped us, so that banner for the Rolling with the Window Cleaner Museum, the big sign banner, she
Yeah.
helped us get that going and facilitate that. And then the window clings that were on the big windows in the right when you walked up to our display, they
Mhm.
were like old wood storm windows. Those were window clings that she helped me get going as
Cool.
well. And our postcards too. So
I
Yep.
was just gonna ask you if of all the stuff that that they have or that they help provide for advertising, for marketing, for whatever, is
mhm.
there one thing that they've done for you and Craig that has knocked your socks off that you've been like, holy shit, that is so amazing?
Our
Um,
business cards.
business cards. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I was thinking I would have had one with me, but I don't think I have one at my desk. But they have like a really beautiful foil wrap on the outer edge in red, and like it has a nice little foil inlay and everything too. They're beautiful and nice heavy cardstock. Anytime we hand them out, we get a compliment on how they look. So
Yeah.
they're really
Awesome.
Steve, do you want to second that?
Oh yeah, like I said, I've got the plastic set up, and she helped with. Jill does great work. The closer
Oh, that's
card.
cool. Is that clear?
Hey, show that
Yeah,
back again, Dees.
yeah. It's a closer
Whoa.
card. It does a clear plastic. When I hand that to a customer, they know that I mean business and I'm not effing around.
Yeah, that's
I've
cool as
And I'm
shit.
not effing around.
I've got a couple cards. I've got like a paper card, a sexier velvety paper card, and then the plastics. The plastics I give over to the person who's going to spend some money on a job. So those
Yeah.
cards are like 90 cents a piece, but if it costs me 90 cents to really get that edge on the customer, it works. And Jill can talk about that tomorrow and stuff. And you can attest, that's, you got the sexy foil card and that'll take a customer's breath away.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's cool. I didn't know the clear ones were an option.
Talk with Jill. Talk with Jill.
I will. I
She
might have to talk with
they're
her about some new
they're
ideas.
sexy. And then I've got one. I know you guys don't handle them, but then I've got a clear one for my Christmas light customers.
Oh,
I
that's
give
cool
this,
too.
yeah, give that to a customer, and they know, oh shit, this guy, I'm not a landscaper who's doing it out of the back of his landscaping trailer.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, it helps build your brand, your rapport. So, uh, and you know this, yeah.
Oh yeah,
But
for
and yeah, the
sure.
postcards we got from you guys do look awesome. So I
Thanks.
got three of them on my desk for three people. I'm gonna be sending them out this week or whenever the hell I get to it
Yeah, no, I
and stuff.
understand.
But you
Awesome.
guys, you have any good food plans or anything fun for the evening for Labor Day? You guys grilling?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't remember what got pulled out for dinner tonight. I guess I'll find out when I go open the fridge. But
Yeah. What's defrosted? We
yeah.
defrosted a pork butt. We're doing pork, I think. So
Oh, yummy.
awesome.
Smoker?
I think we're gonna do. My wife's got this neat recipe where just she does it. It's pulled pork ends or whatever. It's
Oh,
something
okay.
different. It's
Yummy.
I can't explain this one. It's a weird one, but
Yeah,
it's
no.
good.
He said, I
All
can't
her shit is
explain
good.
this one.
My wife does a lot of good. She's a great cook, so I'm really lucky.
Oh, that's awesome.
Deets, do you cook?
Oh yeah, well I used to. Now my wife does it all, so it's more like get out of the kitchen. I do the grilling. You know, ever since I had the stomach issues, the one thing I've avoided mega big time is steak. So I haven't really been grilling any steak at all, but love hamburgers, love chicken, salmon, stuff like that. But she does all the cooking. She can make sauces, all that fun stuff.
Awesome.
Jason, do you cook?
I do. I probably do 3 or 4 nights in the kitchen a week, and then I don't know, a night or two on the grill as well. My wife does.
My
She's
wife,
my wife. She does a nine, well, like an 8 to 5.
Uh-huh.
So I try to get down in the kitchen, at least a couple nights a week, and help out with the family. I have a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old, and if they are hungry or whatever, it just creates a havoc. And Marissa's working upstairs in the loft trying to get stuff done. So I figured I might as well try to get stuff moving, uh,
Yeah.
keep them fed, happy. I also have a niece and nephew that are at our house every day, after school from 3:45 until about 4:30, sometimes 5 o'clock. Not too late or anything, but
Mhm.
so I'm trying to wrangle 3 kids that are under, fourth grade and under,
Oh
make
boy.
sure that they're all taken care of and get our dinner rolling. My 15-year-old has soccer practice usually at 7, but one night a week it's at 6. So try to have dinner moving, from 3:45 to 4:45. And, if I stay schedule oriented and stick on somewhat of a routine, it makes my life easier. If I
Yeah.
have zero routine, then I get
Oh,
scatterbrained all over the place. I think you know what it's like to live with a person who's a little ADHD. So if I don't have that schedule in my brain, exactly, Deeds, that's pretty much how it is.
yeah.
Um,
I know all about it.
if I don't have that schedule in my brain, or like a time set for something, then I can get overwhelmed, and there's nothing to be overwhelmed about. It's just
Yeah.
so. You know what? I
Well,
just remembered too. I'm going to be on a podcast later today. I'm going to be helping out a friend, and his name is Joe Maddox. And I met Joe last year at the Huge. I rolled up on him with my Ray-Ban Metas, and I was interviewing people to find out who they were here to see. If it was their first time at the Huge, I was trying to get to know them. And the last question I hit him with was, has you or a loved one ever been affected by mental health or addiction? And so the last question typically caught the people for a loop. And then I bumped into that guy on my last day. One of those guys, Joe Maddox, on the last day at the Huge. And he sent me a request to see if I would join him on his podcast. He's doing a 30 Facebook lives in 30 days. And that's a goal of his. And I'm going to be his first guest today at 3 o'clock. So I'm looking
Nice.
forward to that.
Where's
nice.
that going to be at?
I'm not sure, it'll be on Facebook Live somewhere, but he has it tagged. His name is Joe. Last name is Maddox, Mattox. I think I shared it on my page. I'll share it again today. Uh,
Okay.
but it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. He asked about what we're going to talk about, and likely it'll be putting yourself out there, and just finding. I'm not exactly even sure what he has up his sleeve, but he was kind enough to help me out when I was in Nashville and trying to get people to answer my questions. So I figured the least I could do was help him out and maybe answer some of his questions.
Yeah, why
Cool.
not?
Yeah, it'll be fun. And I think that might be only the first or second time I've ever really been a guest on somebody else's show. So it'll be interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
don't get nervous or anything. Don't be nervous. I
I
think
know,
you'll
right?
be fine.
Usually I'm the one who's in charge of asking the questions and trying to make sure that the flow is going. So now I'm just gonna have to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Speaking of the
Well,
ride, Grace, or real quick, what kind of rubbers do you guys use? What's your favorite all around use for rubber wise?
Ray.
Ettore? Okay,
Yeah, always.
nice.
Ray master. Yep.
That's what I've been going.
What's
Not the master,
what's
but
your
I've been
go
using Ettore.
what's your go-to setup then?
Okay, so like what's in my bucket type of thing?
Yeah,
Mhm.
what is your setup for your just a traditional house cleaning? Like you rock a
Channels
14,
12,
you watch it.
14.
Yeah, you what's your handle and channel setup?
Okay, so depending on we have a lot of different styles of windows where we are,
Mhm.
because so many like historical homes. So I have like I have an 18-inch brass channel that I keep in a Leggies handle. And then I have a Mormon accelerator handle that I will switch out if needed, just because that gives it has all the different angles, but
Yeah.
it also gives swivel as
Mm.
well. Um, and then down from there, I have I want to say it's a 12-inch, just Ettore brass classic squeegee, and then I have a teeny tiny little guy for like ledges and cut ups and stuff. And then for my soakers, same thing, except I have a backflip as well. And my backflip I think is like 14-inch maybe. Um, so that way I can, if I need backflip capabilities, I've got the both handles for the soaker and the squeegee and can do that if needed. I can use them individually. But everything I have those three sizes to work around the different sizes we have here.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
It
what
is
kind of soap? Sorry.
Oh,
no, go ahead. That's good.
so it depends. So I use Gladiator often.
Mhm.
I do like that a lot because it's a natural. And then we use kind of our own deal. Yeah, there you go.
It's
We
my
use
favorite.
our local grocery store, Heinen's, will use their free and clear dish soap, just the non-petroleum based.
Uh-huh.
And then we get scented blends from our local soap maker in town called Stem. So it's all
Wow.
natural and we'll kind of tailor it to whatever time of year it is. So um like
Love it.
we had our truck set up at the huge. So in there we had lemon verbena, I had Gladiator, and then Craig had tie-dye, which kind of smells, I would say like fruity pebbles, but it
I
doesn't
was
smell.
going to say that. Crazy.
Yeah. And then
See, you said tie-dye and automatically thought like hippie patchouli or something. Like
yeah, it
I was
has a
thinking like,
patchouli note to it.
is it a patchouli oil? Or does it smell like what is that? Not champa?
Oh yeah, yeah, a little bit, but it's got
Oh,
like
how
fruity
funny.
pebbles smell to it, and then heavy metal, which Craig and I actually scented. Years ago, we did there was this fundraiser at one of the music venues, and they were like collecting food and stuff, like canned goods. So we did, if you donated a thing of canned goods, you got a bar of soap, and they ended up liking the scent that we made, so they keep it on their shelves now.
Cool.
But so it's kind of like leather, tobacco, patchouli, clove, kind of like earthy is nice. But then like in the
Nice.
holiday times, we'll do like Jason, there's somebody behind you.
Gary is behind you giving the smiley faces. Morning, Gary.
That's Carl.
That's
Carl.
Carl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his name is
Carl's
Carl.
the
He says
usual.
bye-bye. Oh, you
I'm
know
at
what you should do?
Starbucks.
You should pay the guys to put a green screen in back, and that way we can like have like Bermuda or something behind you,
Yeah,
like you're
Yeah, I'll
skiing.
pay.
I'm at my local Starbucks, Grace, and I've been coming here for about 6 years.
Uh-huh.
And so I see the same faces almost every morning. They've
Oh
become
yeah.
part of my life. And you know how, well, Deej, you know
My
how
life.
when, yeah, you know how when I wake up in the morning, like the first thing I do is go to Starbucks and whatever.
Sure.
And this place has been like a second morning home for me. A lot of the same people pop in. They root me on. They give me, everybody gives that positive vibes, and it's one way that helps me start my day on a positive note, and
Yeah.
it just makes me feel great. It's kind of fun that I have my own separate little family here, and they bust my balls like that too. They all know what I'm doing and what I'm up to, so it's a lot of fun. Um, One of the guys actually is here. He works for a local radio station. He sells advertisement and whatnot. And maybe one of these days he'll see what Deeds and I are doing and be like, "Hey, we could get that show on the radio." That'd be
How do
cool.
you feel about 3:30 in the morning, huh?
Yeah, Goo and Deeds at 3:30 and
Yeah,
a.m. I'm like, well, I'm already up, right?
yeah. But yeah, Grace, before I forget, when are you guys going to be dropping the new Nashville hot chicken smell in the buckets?
Oh
You can get the
gosh.
chicken fat renderings in Nashville, and you can make your own soap, and it would smell like tobacco sauce and chicken grease.
Yeah. Did you guys get hot chicken while you were there?
I did
Not
not, but I
this time.
saw a lot of it.
Yeah, I
Saw a
did
lot of
not
it.
this time.
I
Grace,
didn't get hot chicken. I got regular chicken. I was too afraid.
Yeah, yeah, it's
what
spicy.
was your favorite spot when you were out on the town on, was it Friday night you went out?
And so yeah, we went, yeah, that was crazy. Um, Not that anything crazy happened, it's just
Yeah.
downtown Nashville was like, holy cow. Um, Very interesting people watching. Honestly, the only places we went when we were downtown at night were Hattie B's for chicken, and then we went down to Chiefs, which I think is Eric Church's bar. I don't even know who that is. Um, but we met Jay Camaro there. I don't know if I said his last
Oh,
name.
cool.
You know who I'm
Jake
talking about.
Camarero.
Yeah, he was very cool. Nice to sit and chill with.
I want to meet him, dude.
Yeah, he
I
was
wanted
so
him.
cool. Super chill, easy to shoot the breeze with.
He should sign surgical towels.
But then the next day we got up, had breakfast, and then we went to the Johnny Cash Museum,
Cool.
which I thought was really cool. But yeah, Jeffrey Scott came with us to that, so that was fun. And
He sat down at the table with us for a
yeah,
couple of minutes, and I didn't put who it was that was sitting there with us until halfway through our conversation.
yeah.
And then I start listening a little more, and I'm like, all right, so now I know who this is. And it was nice to get a chance to meet him and talk with him. I know
Oh
he
yeah,
does
he's
I
awesome.
know he does a lot for people in our industry. And you had the opportunity, you and Craig had the opportunity to go out to his spot, right?
Yeah, we went out there in March and did the RDS high rise training. That was fun. It was a good experience. Wisconsin's pretty cool. Everybody there's super nice. But the training itself was really cool. And we got to go off of a 130-foot building.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
have to, but
You said we got to, not we had to.
yeah, we
Okay.
got to. It was
Whee!
optional, but I didn't want to be the only one who didn't do it, you know? So Craig was trying to make me go first. So I said, no way, Jose. He went first. Him and Jeffrey did the first drop, and then I went second with Jeffrey's like employee slash trainer Chip, and he talked me down the whole time. It took a while to get from the top to the ground. Well, it felt like it took a while. I don't know how long it actually took, but yeah.
So that's 12, 13 stories up, correct?
13, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
And
how lucky.
and you clean the whole way down or just descent?
Just descent.
Okay.
I almost wish I would have had like a bucket of tools with me or something, because they like hook that in under their chair.
Yeah.
And so I think that would have helped weigh me down a little bit. I could have used a little extra oomph because I
A
was
little
kinda
extra
having to,
weight.
yeah, I was having to like,
Blown around on the rope.
yeah, but push the rope through so that I would just lower. Like I was like getting stuck.
Oh,
Um, But I also was like super tense because it was scary. I knew it
yeah.
was safe, but it was still scary. I'm not a heights person. And then also it was cold. It was real cold. Like it was starting by the time we had wrapped up, it was starting to snow a little bit. Nothing
Oh
crazy.
shit, man.
Not like where it's sticking or anything.
Wisconsin is crazy.
Yeah, but we're just like it was starting to get a little slippery and the rain was starting to turn a little bit. So timing was everything on that day, but yeah. I'm sure that added to the like feeling of
Nerves.
tensity and yeah, yeah. But no, it was a cool experience. I would do it again, I think. Maybe in warmer weather though.
I think if I got up there I would probably I'd feel like I have to go to the bathroom. Like it would just
Yeah.
that would like
Huh.
everything would clinch up and I'd be like, "Uh-oh, what am I going to do here?" Like your
You're gonna
nerves are
get
there.
yourself down to the floor is what you're gonna
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, and
That or
you're
get a
like,
space diaper.
"I don't want to chicken out now."
Yeah, but it was interesting seeing like Jeffrey and Chip who do that all the time.
Yeah.
Like they are so comfortable. Jeffrey is like pushing off and like swinging and stuff and like doing the no hands thing. And when Chip and I were going down, I was like hugging the ropes. He was like, "You want to like
Like,
relax a
oh,
little bit?" I was like, "Mm-mm, I'm good. I don't think I can do that."
yeah.
But yeah, if you ever get the opportunity, you should do it. It was really cool, a cool experience, even if you're not necessarily planning to do high rise work and in general or on a regular basis or anything. It's a great learning experience.
No, it's definitely something that I want to try. I have the same feeling as you. It's something that I feel like I need to do at least once.
Mhm.
Um and I would need to do it with somebody that's a trained professional. I'm not going to go try and learn from some Yahoo or one of my buddies.
Here's
Mhm.
what you do: is put this rope. Yeah, no, no thanks.
Yeah, and I'm just like, yeah, no thanks. There is a guy that actually is here that comes to the Starbucks. He's a fireman. He trains all the firemen for RDS as well, and
Mhm.
he's put it out there. And I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't. As
He's a
much as
trainer. I'd
I'm
definitely do it.
no, I'd rather go to like a training event where I everything is situated, learn how to do it in a classroom environment, and then go with other people. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that dude is more than enough, more than qualified, but I'd rather learn from a Jeffrey Scott, a Michael Draper, one of these guys to teach me the right ways to do it. You see guys out there, Fletcher, there's another guy out there that's been shooting and doing some really cool videos. Michael Ray, something I forget his last name, but he puts a bunch of quality content out there too. It just looks really rad and like an experience that if you're a window cleaner, I do think we should all try at least once. So
Yeah.
I definitely want to do it. The most I've ever done is I pushed. We used to do this bank building in Mesa, and then we used to do this semiconductor building, and we used a counterweight system where one person pushes to the end of the
Yeah.
building, and then they drop, and then they push to the other side, and then they drop, and then push to the other side.
Yeah.
And even being the guy who was in charge of pushing didn't sit well with me. I was just like, what happens if some like a wheel falls off or the weight shifts or I just
Yeah.
didn't like it. So I think tying off at the top and then dropping down definitely would be a cool way to go and a great way for me to learn.
Yeah. And Jeffrey really breaks down like this is why we're doing this. This is
Yeah.
why we tie this here and like gives you all of the details. Like I was scared, but I knew that I was safe. Like I
Yeah.
confidently knew that he was not going to put me in any situation that would be of the slightest bit of danger. And that was really reassuring.
That's that calmness that even though you're anxious and nervous, you still know that you're safe. And that's the kind of thing that I know that I would need to be.
Yeah.
It's like that's almost like a rush, right? Like
Yeah.
your nerves are on end, but you know you're good, but I have to do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's outstanding. And how long was that class?
So that was 2 days. The first day was um where we like went through the booklet that he had put together, go through all of the like the nitty-gritty of it and learn like the verbiage and all that kind of stuff. And then we learned how to tie some of the knots and stuff, and then our homework for that evening was to work on them. And then the next morning, we went in, showed our knot, like the knots that we did, like
Yeah.
we tied them in front of him, yada yada. And then we practiced like the self rescue and tandem rescue in his facility. Um, so we were like stepping up onto the top of a 6 foot excuse me, step ladder, and so we really weren't that high off the ground, but it was enough to give you kind of the simulation.
Yeah.
um and for the tandem rescue, there was one other girl in the training with us who was one of Jeffrey's employees. Her name is Alexis. She was awesome. But her and I are about the same height, stature, the whole nine. So we thought it would make sense for us to do the tandem rescue together since
Yeah,
about same, you know? But then they were like, well, in reality,
you're not going to be with somebody.
the same size, more than likely, you know. I
Yeah.
was shocked there was even another girl in the class, to be honest, you know. So I had to rescue Craig, and that was it was cool, it was fun, except it took all of my muscle because you're using pulleys and such to make that happen, except for some reason the one pulley wasn't engaging. So every time I would like push and lift him up close to me so that I could like then move on to the tying him off and all that, um, the pulley would let loose and he would drop down. So I was so sore the next day. I could hardly walk.
You forget the muscles, or you're using muscles that you forgot
And
that you
so I
had.
had. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like with dance,
The
you
cat
know,
the entire time.
use a lot of your muscles, but with that, it was like a complete total body workout. Like it was crazy. People who
Yeah.
do that every day, who do rope work, like they have to have insane muscle uh tone, I guess maybe would be the right word. But yeah.
Got to be in good shape just to do this job. To be honest, it doesn't matter if you're on the ground or if you're hanging on the ropes or you're
Yeah.
shoving a pole around. That's one of the things that I love about this gig is if you're working this gig, you're pretty much keeping your body always fluid, and you can stay in really good shape without really doing much other than your job. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, if
Oh
you're
yeah.
active in this gig, you walk a ton, you use a bunch of your different muscles, back, core, strength, shoulders, everything. And yeah, you stay in pretty solid shape
Mhm.
if you're working.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
No,
you're working.
I really like I don't exercise very often, which I know that sounds horrible. Like I teach ballet, so I guess I should give myself a little more credit. I get a little bit of exercise doing that, but compared to what I was doing when I was taking class, it doesn't feel like that much exercise, but because of how physical we are every day working, it kind of balances out. You figure
Yeah, it's like
when we're working with our hands above our head, that raises your heart rate and yeah.
absolutely. Well, we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping up, but before we get out of here, one of the things that we like to do is give you an opportunity to give anybody a shout out. We've got a great week coming up. Hopefully, you have a wonderful week coming up too. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? Say thanks, let them know you love them, tell them to F off, it's whatever. Some people like
Yeah. Oh, well, shout out. Hey, everybody.
that.
Like anybody we met at the Huge, it was so nice meeting all of the different people. Two other lady window cleaners that I met while we were there were Maya Loftus. She's with Nomadic Home Services. Her and her
Oh,
husband
yeah.
run it. And they are working closely with Randy from Window Magic Supply. So they were really cool. And then Nichelle, she was out of Illinois. She was super cool to meet as well. So it was nice meeting all the folks at the Huge that I wouldn't have met otherwise, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think I sat behind Maya and her husband. I did not get an opportunity to meet them, but I believe they were at the Huge last year too, and the same thing happened. And I was like, damn, why don't I talk to these people?
Yeah, they
So
were
that's
so nice. If you see them in the pro group, say hey. They were super easy to talk to, and yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Because like I said, I've seen them at the last two, or maybe it was at the IWCA where I saw them. But
Yeah.
it's funny when you bump into the same people or you see them at these events more than once. And
Mhm.
I'm the one over here preaching, go out and talk to people. And apparently I missed a really good group of people to talk to. So thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, I mean, you can't catch everybody during
Yeah,
those, you
that's
know.
for
And
sure.
there were so many people that I wanted to like I got to say hi to, but I wanted to try to have like actual sit down conversations, shoot the shit with, and it's so busy and everybody's trying to talk to everybody that
Yeah,
fortunately you can't make it to through all the rounds. That would be maybe something for future is like more like group hangouts after the show's done and everything. Like
yeah.
trying to get more folks together like for dinners and stuff like that. Like how we did, but just on a larger scale, you know?
Yeah, and so you and I talked to real quick, and I know we're wrapping up, but you and I talked about after dinner, how hard it is sometimes to have those gatherings when you have 12 people at a table and you want to talk to everybody, but then you only, because the group is so large, can't talk to that half of the table. You're only talking to the back end. So yeah,
Yeah.
I know that feeling, and I concur. So Deez, what about you? You want to give a shout out to anybody?
Yeah, just
You
thank
want to
everybody for
say what
watching.
up as we wrap up?
Yeah, and thanks, Grace, for coming on for our Women of Window Cleaning Week. It was a pleasure meeting you at the Huge. I was just too bad I couldn't stay that night and talk with you and Craig a lot more.
That would have been fun.
Just thanks, yeah, I know, damn it. But thanks to everybody else who's watching. Thanks for checking in and chiming in. We love and appreciate your comments and stuff. We've got a good couple shows this week. We've this week. I appreciate everyone's support and thank you, Jason.
Heck yeah, man. And I want to give a shout out to Kylie Klodzinski,
Ooh, my wife.
your wife. She's
Yeah,
the
she
one who
does.
she did the awesome banner for us this week to give everybody a heads up on who's coming on the show. I
It
want to
looked
say,
great.
yeah, didn't it
Thank
come
you.
out
Good
awesome?
call. Yeah, she's really good with Canva and creativity and stuff. I'm stupid for not asking her to do more sooner, so she'll probably help step up, make some cool tweaks and stuff.
So I also wanted to say thank you. Oh, look, we have Window World Supply for window cleaners. They said more networking opportunities.
Oh, that's Window World Supply. That's Jeff Hansen.
Yes.
He was at the training with that we went to at Jeffrey Scott's, and we met him there. Fantastic guy. We got breakfast with him
Cool.
while we were at the Huge this year.
Yeah, and I know he's worked with I think he sent Damien one of his bucket buddies or whatever. I forget what the proper name of his
The bucket.
yes.
Yes, I
Rubber
know.
baby bucket bumpers.
No, he's got this great system to hold your buckets and everything. I can't remember what the name is off the top of my head, but
Yeah,
it's a
it's like on
real
the tip of
sweet
my
setup
tongue.
and
Window
uh
caddy daddy.
something
No.
along those lines.
Is it the water
But
boy cart?
Jeff, it is a pretty awesome invention and I really think it's dope. So way to go. Um, shout outs to Devin, Mike Nichols, Squeegee Tom, Tim, Huber, Groovy Bubbles, Jason Rains, who I'm rocking the cap today, buddy. Yours is on the
Yeah,
way.
man. Cops.
Mike Matthews. Who else did we get pop in this morning? Craig, of course. Our buddy John Magnos. I hope your recovery is coming along well. We said Tim Huber. Oh,
The
Chris.
water boy cart.
Yeah, Waterboy
Water
card.
boy.
That's what it
Okay, that's
is.
what I knew. It was
Chris
like on the
Allen
tip of my tongue.
Virgin. I guess Chris is a local guy for me. He's out of Arizona. Thank you
Yeah.
for popping in, Chris. I appreciate you. And I didn't see that you were on earlier. I apologize for not mentioning you, but it's good to see you. And everybody who jumped in today, we really appreciate you. Damien, as always, one of the first guys to always pop on. He's also one of my right-hand men when it comes to being able to talk to anybody about anything. So, Damien, I just want to say thank you for everything. WCR, thank you for getting it done. And I want to say this one's a personal one. Zero, when I went on my trip over the summer, they got a ton of footage. The trip was like 3 months ago, right? Well, on Friday, they released this video that they clipped a bunch of footage together, put it together in an awesome promo. It was released on Friday, and it was basically all of my time. I'm like getting, I'm shaking just talking about how happy I am with the footage that they put together. It made me feel honored. It made me feel like I was part of something, and it made even my family was just blown away with the time and effort that they put together to showcase the trip that I took. It meant a ton to me. So shout out to Zero, shout out to Justice from Zero, shout out to Kaylee, shout out to Brandon, shout out to Tiana from WCR2. You guys are all amazing. Chris and Alex, you guys really just are the best, and we all appreciate what you guys do for our community. So thanks for tuning in this morning. As Dee mentioned, we're going to have Jill on Wednesday and Lacey on Friday. Grace, thank you for popping in this morning on your day off.
Thanks for having me.
And for sharing some of your tool
Yeah, a lot of fun.
favorites. I can't think of anybody better than to share our Monday morning with than you. And what a great time it was in Nashville. And I can't wait to see what you guys do for the rest of the year.
Awesome.
I hope everybody has a kick-ass week. Thanks for joining Mark and I and Goo and Deeds on this happy Labor Day. And Deeds, what do you want to tell them?
Oh, change your rubbers.
And hopefully that passion bucket's full. Have a kick-ass
All right.
day and a wonderful week, everybody.
Have a good morning. Happy Labor Day.
Bye.
Peace.